Welcome back to Parent Squad. We know being a mom is a great joy, but it also comes with some challenges. We're talking physically, mentally, and socially. Having kids can be a big change. It greatly changes our social circles and the definition of a night out. But those connections are still very important. So let's talk about making mom friends. I hear like bum, bum, bum in my head when I say that. Here to help us is Indianapolis Moms contributor Erin Larson. Erin, thanks for being here. Making mom friends. I'm dealing with this right now because I'm like the new mom friend, the baby being under 2.
Yep.
And so like it's so hard making friends as adults.
Yes.
But then have a kid because you're not out at the bars or the drinking bingo. I don't know, whatever non-kids people do. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so this is a topic that's not talked about a lot.
It's not, and you're right. Making friends as an adult in general is hard. And then when you have kids and you're not out doing the things you used to do and things are changing, it's really tough to find not only mom friends, but mom friends you connect with.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
And you're not the same person. You're not who you were. Like, I'm going through body changes, your clothes don't fit.
Yes.
So it's just like so much to get out in the first place.
Yep.
And then if you add on top, if you're one of those people that has some anxiety putting yourself out there, or you might be a little more introverted or shy, I mean, it's like climbing a mountain.
Yeah, it's one thing after the next, right? Overcoming all of those things. And then not to mention, maybe you have to find a babysitter. You've got to work around schedules. So it's not just as simple as getting out there and making friends. There's all these other things you have to think about.
I know. So as we know, making mom friends can be sort of like dating. But we also know, you're saying, if it doesn't fit, don't commit.
Don't commit.
So
you don't have to.
Don't try to force what did they say, the square into the round hole? Or
round hole.
Yeah.
I got you.
The peg into
That's
the square. There we go. Don't try to force it.
Don't force it.
Well, what if your kid becomes friends with someone and you might not be like click or have chemistry with the parent, but you like kind of want to do it for the kid?
You do, right? And you want to see your kid happy. And those can be like quick little play dates. But I also think it's important to find mom friends outside of that. You as a mom need to be a whole human outside of your kids. We all love our children. We all love being with our children, but we need to find those friends where we can leave our kids for a little bit and go fill our cup and have fun.
Yeah, with him being 21 months old now, I am 1000% finding that.
Yes.
And I do notice that it happens differently at different times for everybody.
Everyone.
For you, it might be when your kid turns 3. For someone else, they might be at 6 months and be ready to go.
Yep,
For
that's
me,
important.
it's happening right around now. And you're looking for like-minded people, but you're also, like you said, trying to balance childcare and figure it out.
Yep. So I think the biggest thing that we need to think about is removing the shame, because I think a lot of things with like finding friends and with moms is I feel a lot of shame in maybe not having those mom friends, or removing the overthinking, right? You're in your head, you're a different human. So let's remove those things in 2026. Let's put ourselves out there. We might have to get out of our comfort zone, which I know is scary, and get out there and find your people. And like you said, if it doesn't fit, don't commit.
Yeah.
And you might find a mom group and it doesn't feel right at first, and that's okay. There will absolutely be another one that is your cup of tea. It may take a couple of times.
You know what I'm finding is also another thing. You have to be vulnerable when you're trying to connect with other people. You have to kind of let the guard down and be willing to show some of your not so perfect moments to build a connection with other people, or to even say like, hey, I need time.
Yeah.
I'm struggling. I need time. And then probably the next question is, with kids or without kids? Meaning like, do we try to plan with the children or without the children?
We're all human, right? And that's it. It's a very human thing. And to just be ourselves. I find that I've made my best friends being my authentic self.
Yeah.
Like, put it all out on the table. Here's who I am. Here's what I'm dealing with. And I think that it creates that better connection.
And then how old are your kids?
My kids are 8 and almost 5.
Okay, 8 and 5. Okay, so you are a pro in my eyes.
Sure, yeah.
You're working through it because they're still so young and they need you, so they still take up a lot of your time.
They do.
But I imagine that you're definitely seeing the importance of
Oh my gosh.
needing the break. Like,
Yes.
I just feel like you know how they say flamingos lose their
They
pink?
lose their pink.
And I feel like I'm starting to get
gotta get
my
your
pink
pink
back as a
back.
mom, and it's a process.
Yep. Oh, and I got
you
the
know.
pink shirt on today. It works well.
I know, but it's such a process, and
It
it
is.
looks so different, and it takes different amounts of time for everybody. And I feel like that's not discussed enough either. But having the friends and the connections with mom friends or friends that don't have moms, I feel like that is what's not discussed enough.
Nope. And you're right. It's different for everyone. My kids were about a year old when I said I need something different. And I recognized that I needed those mom friends to talk about the challenges of motherhood, right?
Yes.
But then again, to fill my cup outside of that. So what I actually did, and I'm not saying everyone needs to do this, is I created my own mom group. It wasn't out there. I created something, it's called Mom Happy Hour, and I knew I needed to find my people. So I'm not saying everyone needs to do that. That's a big commitment, but yeah, find something that you're passionate about, and I guarantee there are other moms that you can connect with on that.
Yes, absolutely. I did recently see this on social media, and it was a celeb on Instagram
Yeah.
who basically was like, in 2026, I am leaving and cutting out the toxic mom friend group.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, wow, that is a thing.
We're still doing this now?
First of all, wait,
Yeah.
I'm shocked that you have friends. Secondly, people have time to be the toxic mom. Like, that was just jarring to me, because
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
oh my gosh.
I talk to so many moms that actually come to Mom Happy Hour, and they're like, we have tried other mom groups. It's very toxic, where they're trying to one-up each other on, oh, my kid did this first, my kid did this first. We're not doing that in 2026. We're being real, we're being human. We all have our struggles.
Yeah.
And if you found a group and they're toxic, leave them. There are way more mom groups that don't have that toxicity.
Oh
We
my
don't need
goodness.
it.
Yeah, it's like, who has time to do that? Like,
No.
go read your kid a book. Like,
Go find a hobby.
yeah, you're supposed to be doing that, not like, backstabbing or whatever people do.
Right. And the drama, we don't need it.
I just almost find this cathartic talking about this, because I think that it's an experience that many women, if not all, that many women end up having. Many moms end up going through this transition of trying to find identity and everything. So, okay, if you are getting back out there on the friend dating scene, where do you go about finding your mom groups? Because I have tried to, look on Facebook, or I try to ask my neighbor a couple times. Where is the best place to try to find these mom groups?
Okay, so we've got a couple posts on Indianapolis Moms blog that have outlined several different things here in Indy and in the surrounding counties. Like I said, you could start your own group if you've got a hobby, if you're passionate about something. There's a ton of groups on Instagram if you just search like Indianapolis Moms. We've also got on Facebook, Indianapolis Moms has a big community group where if you want to put something in there, put a post in there. Hey, looking for this type of mom group, or I'm interested in this. Like you said, you might have to be a little bit vulnerable. I know there's church groups out there. So maybe start with the things that you're interested in, and I guarantee there's a mom group around that. Couple quick plugs. Indianapolis Moms has a book club that they meet monthly. Very chill, a super amazing group of moms. Show up. You don't even have to talk to anybody if that's something that you're interested in.
You don't even have to read the book.
That's right.
No,
you don't
I'm
even
just
have to read the
joking.
book. Yeah, you
Well,
don't.
there you go. I'm just joking.
Right. And then, like I said, Mom Happy Hour, we meet once a month at different breweries. Even if you don't drink, come join us. It's a very chill group of moms. So there's a lot of different places that you can find that, but I think the biggest thing that we need to keep in the forefront of our brains is if you try that group out and it doesn't work, that's okay. Try something else.
Really cool. It sounds like Indianapolis Moms is a great place to start and checking out Erin and some of the things she's doing. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
We certainly appreciate it. To read more of her posts, we have placed a link to Indianapolis Moms at WTHR.com/Parent Squad. Still to come, we have some easy ways to give back in the new year, so stay with us.